Martin Pilgrim! Alright? Alright?
Yeah, I feel proud.
Good. That wasn't exactly the wording that Sal said, I think. Anyway, yeah, it's good to be here. I'm not a professional comedian. I know, I'm as surprised as you are. I used to say I'm not a professional comedian yet, but lately that has sort of died away a little bit. I work in a Bristol post office at the moment, which is actually a massive step up for me. Because before I worked there, I spent 3 years working in 3 different branches of Poundland. I've worked in Poundlands in Exeter, Sheffield and Bristol. My long-term goal is to get 4 more Poundland jobs in Truro, Doncaster, Norwich and Rotherham. And then I'll be able to plot them on a map and it'll make a disappointed face. The beauty of that system is once the initial face is in place, I can keep getting Poundland jobs up and down the coast. And the frown will just deepen. So I work in a post office now and it's fine, I like it. One of the best things about it is I can walk to work. This comes with its own set of hazards. For example, recently I was on my way to work and a bird managed to shit inside my glasses. Now, they say getting shat on by a bird is good luck. For the bird to make that shot, he must have been shat on by another bird. But I enjoy working in the post office, it's good. It's not exactly how I pictured the job to be. Because what I didn't realise, what a lot of people don't realise, is that the post office and the Royal Mail, they parted ways in April 2012. Which means that we in the post office now have no direct involvement in the handling, processing, or delivery of post whatsoever. And it's often very hard to explain this to customers, right? For example, recently on a Friday afternoon, I had a regular customer come in, and this lady runs an internet clothing company. And she comes in pretty much every day to post her parcels of clothing to her customers. And she said, I've got this one parcel in particular, and it's really urgent, my customer needs it by tomorrow. Is there any way you can do that? And I said, yeah, we can do that. But because it's Friday now, you're going to have to pay around £3 extra to ensure a Saturday delivery. And she got very upset about this. And she said, well, that's outrageous. How dare you charge so much for such a basic service? And I said, I'm sorry. But I'm afraid we don't set the prices here in the post office. The Royal Mail does that. They tell us what to charge, and we don't have a choice about it. I'm just passing on that information from them to you. And then one of my co-workers on the till next to me, she heard me say this, and she chipped in, and she said, yeah. We're just the messengers. Right, now normally, when you're breaking bad news on behalf of someone else, the phrase we're just the messengers is entirely appropriate. But when you're breaking bad news on behalf of the Royal Mail, who are, by appointment of the Queen, the official messaging service of Great Britain, then the phrase we're just the messengers is needlessly confusing. Anyway, she said there's no way I'm paying that. My customer's just going to have to wait until Monday to get his parcel. And she stormed out of the shop. And then the next day a man came into the post office carrying a sawn-off shotgun. And he walked up to my till and he pointed the gun at me and he said, I want you to put £50,000 in this bag, do that and no one will get hurt. And I said, I'm sorry, I'd like to help you. But I'm afraid we don't keep that sort of money in our tills. All the money's kept out the back in a safe and only the manager has access to that safe. And he said, well, go and get the manager then. And I said, I can't, he's on his lunch break. And then he raised the gun to my face and he said, are you trying to be funny? And I said, no, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just telling you the facts of the situation. I don't decide where the money's kept. I don't decide when the manager takes his breaks. I'm just passing on that information from them to you. Don't shoot the messenger. And he said I wouldn't dream of shooting the messenger. But I know for a fact that you haven't been affiliated with the Royal Mail. And as such, you have no direct involvement in the handling, processing, or delivery of post whatsoever. And I said, well, that's true. And can I just say how refreshing it is to meet such a well-informed customer. Anyway, I gave him what little money I had in my till, and it seemed to satisfy him. And he walked out of the shop. And the good news is he was caught very quickly. He left his face uncovered, and it was captured on CCTV. And he was recognised in the street, and he was taken into custody later that day. And when the police questioned him, he said that he'd intended to wear a balaclava, but it hadn't arrived in time because of... Thank you.